Hi everybody, hope you're well. Hope you had a lovely weekend. So this is just a sort of 10 minutes-ish standing warm-up. It is super gentle, so it should be suitable for absolutely all of you. But that said, if anything feels uncomfortable, as always, if it doesn't feel great, it probably isn't. So maybe see if you can make that movement smaller, almost imperceptible maybe. Even just imagining that movement, mentally visualising it, can actually have a positive effect. So if in doubt, just make it smaller, or just go through the process of thinking about that movement until we get on to the next one. Just put my little remote to one side. Okay, so we're going to come and bring our feet together. We're going to step our toes apart and then bring our heels in line with our toes. So if you look down at your feet, they should be nice and parallel, toes pointing forwards. And then we're just going to roll our ankles in and out. And I'd just like you to tune into what you can feel through your feet, through your ankles. Notice how that movement is through each side, through each foot, where maybe it feels a little tight. If there's any areas of discomfort, if one moves more than the other. You can probably hear mine are making some nice crunching noises, which is totally not a problem, it doesn't hurt, but it's interesting to note that my right ankle seems to move more than my left, and it's my left one that's grumbling a little bit. Okay, then just bring those ankles to a nice middle position. So you should have just a small lift under the arch on each side, under the foot on each side. Have a pick up of your toes. You can spread those toes apart and then just let them relax back to the mat. We're going to soften through our knees, and then we're just going to tilt the pelvis backwards and forwards a few times. So imagining the pelvis like a bowl of water, pouring a little bit of water out of the front of the bowl, a little bit of water out of the back of the bowl. And again, just notice how that feels, if it's easier in one direction, if it's generally quite a nice fluid, soft movement, or whether it's a little bit tight. If it is a little bit tight, just make it smaller, nice deep breaths. And then we will gently settle into a neutral position. So you should feel like the water in your bowl is level. You might feel like you've got a little bit of lift through your lower tummy. We just have a widen across the collarbones, again very small. And think about the head floating up towards the ceiling. And just have a couple of deep breaths here. Breathing in, breathing wide into the sides of the rib cage, and then breathing out, emptying out all that air. So your breath in is through the nose, and then you just allow all that air to flow out through the mouth. And then keeping that nice deep breath going, we're gently going to transfer the weight forwards towards our toes and back towards our heels. So if you'd like to do this little sway forwards and backwards with your eyes closed, that's great. It will wake up more of your proprioceptive system. Obviously you're taking away your visual feedback, so other systems have to work a bit harder because of that. But if you'd rather keep your eyes open, that's absolutely fine. Either way, just tuning into what you can feel through the base of your feet, where you feel the pressure, seeing if you can bring that pressure into the front of the foot, and then back into the heels. Again, just notice if that is easier in one direction than the other, whether that movement is nice and smooth. And then just have a little check, your knees are still soft, got that neutral position, collarbones wide. and head still floating up. And then we're going to take the weight around a little circle. So you're going to come forwards towards the toes, and then over and across to one side, around and across each heel at the back to the other side, and then around and over each of those toes at the front again. So still nice deep breaths, breathing in, breathing wide into the sides of the rib cage, breathing out and emptying out all that air. And just notice if your circle is nice and smooth and round, whether you circle with a constant speed, or whether maybe you speed up through a part of your circle and then slow down. Just notice if it's a little bit trickier to take your weight towards any particular part of that circle. And then we'll pause and take your circle in the other direction. So again, across each of the toes to one side, across the heels to the other side. And then just notice if your feet are relaxed, whether those toes can remain spread, whether they start to scrunch up and try and hold on for you. Big toe especially is very critical in helping us maintain our balance. Just go for a couple more circles this way, again noticing the speed as we circle, how smooth and round the circle is, and whether there's any part of that circle that's maybe not quite so easy to get to. And then we'll bring the weight all the way back to the centre. If you've got your eyes closed, keep them closed for a minute longer or a moment longer. And just tune into what you now feel down through your feet. Where is the weight? Where is the pressure? Hopefully you feel a bit more grounded through your feet. And hopefully you can find a more equal weight into each big toe, little toe and heel on each foot. So now we're just going to breathe in, we're going to draw our shoulders up towards our ears, and as we breathe out, just going to let them sink down. Breathing in to draw them up, breathing out to let them sink down. So it will require a little effort to draw the shoulders up, but absolutely no effort to let those shoulders relax down. Just let gravity sink the arms towards the floor and those shoulders follow, sinking away from the ears. And if you feel that you'd like to, you can maybe round those shoulders a little as you draw them up. And then just think about a little widening across the collarbones as the shoulders sink down. Again, breathing in to draw up. Breathing out to sink down. You might even let your chin come towards your chest a bit as you shrug those shoulders up. And then as the shoulders sink down, you can think of your head floating up towards the ceiling a little bit more. So don't force anything, just kind of allow that sort of shoulders raised, neck shortened, shoulders forward kind of position that we sometimes retreat into. And just release that, allow the shoulders to sink and the head to float up. Let's go for one more. And just relax there. Just notice how that feels now. Okay, so we're going to imagine we've got a little light shining out the front of our nose, and we're going to draw a circle with that light. We're going to keep our circle ever so small to start with. Maybe the size of a tea plate. Doesn't matter which way you go because we'll reverse that in a minute. And then start to take your circle with your light a little bit bigger. If at any point your neck doesn't feel comfortable, just bring that circle smaller again. eventually you can take that circle or your light in as big a circle as you find comfortable. Go one more and come back, or just pause, and then we're going to come back to the centre and we're going to start a little circle the other way. So taking your light in the opposite direction for that circle and starting small. And as long as that's comfy, you can come a little bit bigger, maybe to the size of a dinner plate. And then just gently keep increasing the size of the circle with your light until you reach such a point that it is as large a circle as you can go comfortably. Just check you're still breathing, knees are still soft. And then gently come all the way back to the middle. And hopefully your light can shine pretty much straight out ahead of you, nice even level beam. Okay, so we're going to bring our palms up now. We're going to do a little bit of dumb waiter, so elbows stay heavy under the shoulders. You should just be able to feel the sides of your shirt on the inside of your elbows. We're going to breathe out to take the hands wide, and we're going to breathe in to come back again. So just think about your chest staying soft and relaxed. We are only looking for rotation through your shoulders. We're not trying to open you up through the front of the chest or anything like that. We're just getting that rotation through the front of the shoulders. You might feel a teeny little stretch into the front here, just in here, and you might feel a tiny little bit of activity in between your shoulder blades, but it's very small. Breathing out to open the hands, breathing in to come back. Okay, I'm going to add a reach on this next one, so open and reach and twist and gently come back again. Nice long breath out to open and reach and breathing in to come back. So don't be tempted to raise your arms too high. Just think of reaching out through those fingertips so the arms magically float up. We want your shoulders to be able to stay relaxed. As soon as you come up too high, those shoulders start to come up as well. So just keep them relaxed, reaching out to the sides. Those arms just magically float. Let's go for a couple more. Breathing out. Last one. And come back to the centre. Let those arms come down, have a little shake. Okay, so we're going to do some arm opening. So we're going to float those arms up in front. Now, holding your arms up at that shoulder height is hard work for you. Just let them come a little bit lower. Just want to be able to stay relaxed, knees soft. We're going to think about the hips pointing straight ahead of us. So we're going to stay in that position. And we're just going to breathe out, open one arm to the side, let the upper body follow. Breathe in to come back. And then the other side. So if you imagine you are hugging a lovely big tree, and you're keeping that softness through your arm as your shoulder leads your arm backwards and the rib cage rotates. So we are not trying to stretch our shoulders, we are just trying to get a nice rotation through the upper body and a little bit of movement through the shoulders. So as always, just noticing how one side feels compared to the other. Go one more each way. And come back to the centre. Let those arms come down, have a shake. So just check those knees are still soft. We're just going to come into some very gentle side bends. So I'd like you to imagine you've got a pane of glass in front of you and a pane of glass behind you. So you are sandwiched in between those two panes. And then we are very gently going to start to slide one hand down one leg and then gently come back up, slide the other hand down the other leg. So keep it small to start with. Just notice how it feels. See if you can keep relatively equal weight into each foot. It will transfer a little bit. That's it. And as you warm up, see if you can go just a little bit further, but always within your comfortable range. So if you feel that you're going past the point where it's easy to return to the centre, just don't go quite so far. Just keeping that idea of the pane of glass in front of you and the pane of glass behind. So there's no kind of leaning forwards or backwards, there's no rotating, it's just a side bend. That's it. And then we're going to add in a little reach through the one arm as you reach over, just up towards the ceiling. And then the other arm up towards the ceiling. So you're not reaching overhead, you're just reaching up through that hand, just getting a bit of length through that side of the body. So you might find that as you side bend, one hand comes a little bit further down one leg than the other. That's not unusual, just good to notice. Let's go one more each side. Oh, get a nice clunk from my right shoulder as well. Okay, come back to the middle. Okay, we'll just do a little bit of work through the feet, a little bit of balance work. So we're going to have hands on hips. We're just going to breathe in and see if we can peel our heels away from the mat any amount. So it might be really small, and that's absolutely fine. Just thinking about equal weight into the base of each big toe and little toe on each foot. So you keep that nice alignment through the ankles, just breathing in, think about that air filling the body and floating you up towards the ceiling, breathing out to come back down. And just see if you can get that feeling of peeling your feet away from the mat and then gently peeling your feet back to the mat. You could imagine that they've got Velcro on the bottom and you've been Velcroed to the floor and you have to peel yourself up and away. And gently Velcro yourself back down without any of those wrinkles. So a couple more like that. Breathing in to float up, breathing out to come back down. A little check, head still floating up and those shoulders are relaxed. And then this time we're going to pause at the top. And then we're just going to touch one heel down and then touch the other heel down. And what we're aiming for is to keep the pelvis nice and level. So my hands should stay level all the way through. So if you imagine you were trapped in a giant Smarties tube, you were just bobbing up and down inside that tube. There's no side to side movement. So if you are currently resembling some kind of catwalk model, that's not what we're after. You're just bobbing up and down, touching one heel down, floating back up, and then the same with the other one. Okay, one more each side. Come up, and then both heels down. Lovely. Last bit, we're going to bend through the knees. We're going to take the weight into one leg, and we're going to take our other set of toes out in front of us. So if we're stood in the middle of a clock face, we've got our toes at 12 o'clock. Or one leg at 12 o'clock. So again, hips nice and level. See if you can keep your shoulders above your hips, supporting knee stays bent. And we're just going to tap our toes up and down on the number 12 on our clock face. And then we're going to see if we can tap around to the side. So depending on which leg you're doing, that might be 3 o'clock or it might be 9 o'clock. And then tap back around to 12. I'm going to do that twice more. Keeping the supporting knees soft, thinking about those hips staying level, shoulders staying above the hips. Last one. Coming back to the centre, and let that foot come back down. Soften through the knees again, weight into the other leg. Take that other foot forward And then start to tap those toes on 12 o'clock. So you'll probably find that one leg you're much more stable through than the other. That's completely normal, but we just try and work on that. So again, hips level, shoulders staying above the hips, and then tapping out and around to either 3 or 9 o'clock, depending on which leg you're on. And then coming back again. Twice more. Tapping out and around, just touching those toes down, your big toe down. Coming back to the front. Last one. You can see it's much trickier for me to stay upright on this leg. And then coming back to the front again. Just have a little wiggle through those legs. If you wanted to, you could just finish with a few roll downs. So we will do a couple of those actually. So nice deep breath in and grow tall, and then as you breathe out, just think about sinking the ribs in, peeling yourself slowly forwards and down towards your feet. Pause wherever you are comfortable today. Have a nice deep breath in, and then breathe out, lift the tummy, tuck the tailbone, peel yourself back up to stand. So keep those knees soft, so you just keep the tension out of the back of the body a little bit. Breathing out to peel down. Have a breath in at the bottom. Breathe out, lift the tummy, tuck the tailbone, peel yourself back up again. We're going to go for 2 more, and we're just going to imagine that our hands and our head are super heavy. They are pulling us down towards the mat. Pause for a breath in at the bottom, and then draw your super heavy head and hands gently back up away from the mat. Well done. Last one. Breathing out to peel down. Pausing for a breath in at the bottom. Breathing out to peel yourself back up again. Good job. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that one. And I will look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care, stay safe.